Hi everyone, Michelle here, and welcome to the DailyM. Many of you may know that in my prior business life, I used to work for an Italian restaurant company called Il Fornaio. I worked for them for almost 10 years, and I was in the marketing department, and I helped to open 17 restaurants, mostly in the state of California, a little bit along the West Coast. What was really interesting about this company is that they were fanatical about authentic Italian food. So in the areas that we would open, it would be not so uncommon to have a Maggiano's, to have a Buca di Beppo, to have a local neighborhood Italian restaurant, and it didn't matter because Il Fornaio concentrated on doing their very best. Our job was to create the best authentic Italian food. And I tell you that as an analogy because in China, it was super interesting with the host of the entire event. He must have been a TV announcer in China. Very wonderful, warm gentleman, great voice, but he talked about on the second day how overwhelmed he was by how encouraging all the competitors were. He comes from a background of basketball where they were competing against each other. And that's the exact thing that yoga does not do. You are not competing against one another. What you're trying to do is create the best version of yourself. And you're doing that all in 3 minutes. How? When you're up on stage, you're thinking about, okay, are my toes pointed? Okay, am I breathing? All right, am I managing my adrenaline well? Do I feel a sense of grace? Do I have this under control? Am I holding the posture? Notice that I didn't say anything about the person who was before me and the person who was after me. It was all about myself, coming out with the best version of myself. And that's how we need to live as human beings. And that's what you're learning in the yoga room. It's how to be the best version of who you are. Interestingly, 3 minutes is the best way to learn. You're probably like, why? You can learn it in many other facets, but let me tell you from experience, and those of you that have competed can agree with me on this. 3 minutes on stage, it's completely silent. All you're doing is your 6 postures in 3 minutes to the extent that you know how, and the only thing that you're hearing is your own internal voice. I remember the first time I competed, I was shocked at how much I doubted myself. All I heard was my critical voice, judging me, putting me down, all this self-defeating stuff. But I remember I left the stage, I did pretty good in my performance, but I was so down. I couldn't believe that that's what I was feeding myself. No encouraging thoughts. I don't do that now, but I'll tell you what, it was interesting to be in that situation because it gave me the opportunity to really hear what's going on within myself. So interesting, everyone. If you haven't competed, consider it. 3 minutes. Interesting what you learn about yourself, which you take with you for the rest of your life. And then also, too, not competition, just creating the highest version of who you are. Thanks for listening and sharing.